I want to do better. What should I do next? If that's what you're asking yourself, you got momentum. You're in the right place. You're in the right direction. You're looking the right way. You're facing the right direction. That's probably your conscience already getting through to you that there's a better version of you that you could become. Which is why you're starting to search for these videos. These videos are catching your eye. These videos are making sense. These videos are kind of making you go like, hey, there's something here. Your conscience has been consistently trying to talk to you and call you out and give you this information, but it just wasn't your time yet, or you had too much stubbornness, or you were a know-it-all, or you had, you didn't, like, whatever, this is just the way life is, who cares, whatever. Your ears were covered. You didn't want to listen. You weren't trying to listen. And whatever it was, time, maturity, a series of events, something happened to where it's starting to make sense now. But now you're starting to hear all these like oh, set goals, a higher version of you. You got to do this, you got to do that. Like, what do you do? If you're asking that question, like, what do you do next? The ultimate idea, the ultimate goal, the main goal, the priority is to listen to your conscience. But that's learned, especially if you've never done it before. I know I hadn't done it before. Like, what listen to my who? It's a trial and error to understand, like, oh, okay, that wasn't my conscience, that was myself, that was me thinking that I knew it all. Like, what decision did I want to make to my advantage, to my instant gratification, chasing desire, pleasure chasing, not wanting to do the hard work, not wanting to go the painful route, the difficult route, the sacrificing route. Okay. So it takes a few go-arounds to understand, that's what my conscience sounds like. And you're here though, at this point. And that's a great place to be. Because otherwise, it just still wouldn't sound good, or still be like, yeah, whatever. Just tell me how to fix my issue. Just tell me how to fix my relationship. Just tell me how to fix this medical thing I got going on, this unhealthiness, this overweightness, this I got a crappy job, I got a crappy relationship, I got crappy everything at home, everything. I don't like my car, I don't like this. Everything's external, and you want that fixed. And you come across some of these videos, and they're like, hey, you know what? You start working on yourself. If you're on the mindset of, like, yeah, whatever. I don't want to do all that stuff. I just want you to clean my car. Because it's like, someone made fun of me and it made me feel like crap. Just wash it for me, or give me the $15 to go get it washed. Whatever. If that's your mindset, then yeah, it's just not your time yet. Or you're still stubborn, or you're still know-it-all, or you're still doubt that this is even a thing. And that's fine. It's just not your time yet, or you're not allowing it to be your time yet. That could be something to consider. Okay, with that said, let's get back to you, who it is kind of like making sense. It's making you raise your eyes a little bit, your eyebrows. You're thinking, like, what is it here? So keep this in mind, because you're going to hear some information. What should I do as far as instructions? The ultimate goal, I'll go back to what I was saying, is you listen to the guidance of your conscience. The best thing to do in order to start strengthening that relationship with your conscience, knowing what your conscience sounds like, making the voice louder, making that connection stronger, making the connection clearer, is the 3 things I always talk about here. 3 plus 1, so 4. It's daily exercise, daily, multiple times a day, at the very least twice. But you could do like 4, 5, 6 times. I'm like on 4 sets of push-ups today already, maybe 5. And I've been doing this for 1.5 years. But I see the connection. Like, why? Because I want to keep my vibration high, my frequency high, those connections high. Like right now, I'm so in tune with my conscience that I'm getting play by play. It's like, okay, I need more detailed instructions. I just want to be consistently guided by my conscience, because it's never, since I started listening, it's never let me down. It's always given me the right path. And it was a big step recently here. It was like, okay, do this. It's like, okay. And it was like, whoa, all right. So now it's just like, let's go. That connection is nice and bright, and I'm making this video. Make a video about about conscience connecting. All right, here we are. And you do the exercise. You track your food, track your macros. Go get a macro calculator. Get a macro calculator app on your phone. They're free. Input your information: age, height, weight. Put it to lean up. Slide the bar to lose weight. Start tracking your food. Go watch a couple tutorials on how to do it. It's cake. I went from not getting it and in a car ride. My wife explained it to me. Bought a scale. Had a scale at the pad later on that day. I was tracking my food that day. Like, this makes so much sense. Then I tuned it up a little more, where I just eat the same thing every day to make it even that much more simpler for me. That's cake. Of course, there's somebody else who's, I'm listening to my conscience. You listening to yours. I'm not telling you to eat the same thing every day, but I'm just giving you kind of like, oh, really? That's how you got it? Yeah, it's simple. I know what my menu looks like 7 days a week. So, the wake-up time. Wake up at an uncomfortable time. Whatever's uncomfortable for you. I already wake up at an uncomfortable time because you have to, maybe. Because you have to go to work. Because you have responsibilities. If that's the case, then pull it back like 10 more minutes. Whatever time that you have to wake up, pull it back 10, 15, 20 more minutes. So now it turns into the time that you choose to wake up. You're in charge. You're shot calling you. You're your boss. Those 10, 15 minutes are for you, half hour, whatever you choose to do. It just makes it a little bit more uncomfortable at your choice. Not whatever time you have to wake up. Doing those 3 things. Obviously, the wake up, you already woke up today, so you can't wake up early today, but you'll do that tomorrow morning. But if you start tracking your food right now and start doing the push-ups, if you can't do push-ups, it's like uncomfortable. I've never done push-ups, haven't done push-ups since high school. Do them up against the counter. I know it feels weird to all of a sudden touch the floor. You haven't touched the floor in freaking decades. It even feels weird, like, oh my gosh, sand. What is this little crumbly stuff? Do them up against the kitchen counter. Do them till you can't. And then you kind of know, like, I can't. Okay, cool. Then -1 or -2 or whatever number you're at, and then do a couple sets of those. If it's like 7, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rest a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done. There you go. You know your number. If you can't do 7 on the second one, pull it back 1 more. It's 6. Maybe it's 5. 2 sets of 5. For my morning and exercise, it's a couple sets of each thing. For my in-between, like during the day, just to keep my frequency high, just to keep the connection high, just to keep my frequency, vibe, mood, energy, it's all the same. I just do it till I can't go. I'll do push-ups up against the bumper here of my 4Runner. Just bump, 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 bump until I can't. Right, okay, cool, that's cool. You feel the glow, you feel that high vibe, you feel that connection. With the diet, like I said, like, well, I want to start right now, but I don't got no time, whatever. Okay, then just for the rest of the day till you go download that app, eat less. Whatever food you eat, if your thing is, tomorrow, okay, well, if that's your thing, you still start today, just eat less. Don't finish what's on your plate. Oh my gosh. Finish everything that's on your plate or else. Wish they would have said, finish all the unhealthy stuff that's on your plate. But it's rice and chicken and vegetables. Do I really need all that rice that was fried before you put the tomato sauce on it? Do I really need all that chicken that was fried? It's not fried chicken. It's not breaded. It's not breaded, but you still Crisco'd it. You still masala it. Do I really need all those vegetables with butter on them? Do I really need all that bread and all those tortillas? But okay, let me finish what's on my plate. Anyways, that's low. I giggle about that now. It's cool. everybody does their best with the information that they have. I look back at being a parent when my kids were little. I look back like, man, I messed up hugely. A D- at best with my current grading scale for me. Which is the only scale that should matter is your own, not nobody else. Not nobody else's grading scale. If you respect and admire yourself, period, end of story. I don't care what anybody else says. You gotta be honest with yourself though. Are you lying to yourself? Are you really admire yourself? Are you really someone that you would admire? Are you really respect yourself in all parts of your life? Or just the ones that you're winning? If you respect yourself in all the parts of your life and admire yourself in all parts of your life, like truly, then it doesn't matter what anybody says. And the parts that you don't admire yourself, fix them. That's what we're here for, listening to your conscience. So you do those 3 things, by the end of the day, like I said, you'll have a clear connection on what to do next. But what about the thing you talk about? You talk about, doing push-ups and throughout the day and all that. Like, what we want to do is just raise the voice of your conscience, raise the connection of your conscience. How you eat, track your food. Yes, track your food. I'm gonna give you the basic instructions. Track your food. The whole eating the same thing every day, if that's what your conscience tells you to do it. It may not. It may tell you track every single item that you eat every day, and that's how you're gonna do it, and you like that, and you're down with that, and you find convenience in that. You're tracking your food? Yes. How you track it doesn't matter. That's the beauty of it. So these little details along the way, that's the connection with your conscience. That's you listening to your conscience. That's why it's the number one most high priority thing to do. Listen to your conscience, because you're going to get those instructions, those play-by-play instructions that to someone might be what their conscience is telling them, and to someone else it's a little different because it's just not their time yet. I mean, there's stuff that, like, you evolve. For example, we'll do that. For example, I say to me, because it works for me, because my conscience told me to do it that way, and it makes so much sense. And I was like, yeah, I eat the same thing every day, not as a sacrifice, not as a punishment. It comes easy to me, but it just made sense. And my conscience said, yeah, figure out what you need to eat, find the easiest thing that you can make, that you could always have made, and eat that every day. Okay, well, this works out. And it does. And it's the same thing: breakfast, lunch, dinner. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. The only variation is on Saturday. It changes a little bit. The menu changes. But it's the same thing. Is that what I'm telling you to do? No, I'm suggesting just track your food. You do have to track your food. It's exercise, diet, track your food. Uncomfortable wake-up time. Those little things along the way are the evolution of you to get you to a higher level. There's not like, I'm at the highest level. You do get to a point where you're just like killing it. I'm not there yet. I'm barely on my way up. But I already see, like, wow, there's some like major changes in such a short period of time. Being that I come from a place of, I've been trying to get something to work, anything. I tried everything, and I always felt stuck since like my early 20s. And I'd made very little progress to what I would see other people that were doing the same thing just skyrocket. Like, how the heck? It wasn't my time yet. I was still on my hero's journey. Now I get to this point, and I hear about listening to your conscience, exercise, diet, wake-up time. It rings hard. I had already surrendered. I had already said, I guess I'm broken. None of this stuff works. I've tried it all. Oh well, I accept it. It is what it is. And then I get that bit of information. It's like, all right, I guess I'll try this one. Curiosity, it rang loud enough. It's like, what's one more try? What's the big deal? Doesn't sound, I've never done this one. Let's try it. I did it, and it's like, by the end of the day, it was like, whoa, this is crazy. 2-3 days later, it's like, okay, yeah, there's something here. I've made more progress in a year and a half than I have in decades. So it's like, oh yeah, this is it. This was the missing puzzle piece. And the North Star, the main thing, the priority, it's like, what's the goal? What's the mission? What's like, what doesn't change? What's the variable that doesn't, what's not the variable? What thing that's just consistent? What thing you want to make just so like priority and never miss is listening to your conscience, because that's where the guidance is coming on what to do next, what little thing to do next, what to say, what not to say, what to choose, and then what long-term things. Start on this, start working on this, start refine this, try this again, change this, stop doing this, start doing this, change, adjust this, and you'll see how your life will start to change. Steady, consistent, measurable results will start coming in if you're putting in the work. What work? Go to work? No. Well, yeah, go to work, but not what you do for your job, but doing the work, the exercise, the diet, the wake-up time, every single day, no days off. Because this is for something way different. This isn't for like muscles or losing weight or nothing. This is to clear the voice of your conscience up. This is to strengthen the voice of your conscience up. This is to get a better connection with the voice of your conscience, which is guiding you every step of the way. That's how you start leveling up. That's the main thing to do next. That's the goal. That's the consistent that you want to keep on getting better and better at, is listening, strengthening the voice of your conscience. Go raise your vibration, do some exercise.